fresh meat.
I'm Gimli. Let's break Diablo 2 down to the pixel. In this part, I want to show you the DT1 tools a little bit more in detail. So let's check it out. First, we're gonna need the tool. You can download it from my tools and on my GitHub. And to work with, we need some data. I just grab some random Act1 catacombs floor DT1 file. So that's already from my Act 0 ones. And we can copy this over into the tool section. The tool mainly got two functions, extract and make, we're gonna use. And for extract, we have this batch file we need to edit. And in here, you can see the exe file is triggered with the following name of the graphics we want to extract, and then the act color palette we're gonna use. Since this is act 0, it doesn't matter what is in here, but if you want to use the original one, make sure to use the correct act color palette for your graphics. Alright, so this is already preset, so we can extract it. And we are getting the ini file, and the ini file controls all the graphics in there, how they are working with. So we're having 24 blocks starting by 0 and following by 1, etc, etc. And then we can see we're having floor static. That's the x and y coordinates in pixels in the graphics that this block is starting with. So the next one starting with another one. And there we have some options what the title is oriented. Is it a roof, what sound, etc, etc. And the indexes are important for us later, because when you use more graphic titles in map making, if they share the same index numbers, they will replace each other and be kind of grouped together, and later in game they will be randomly choosing this and that graphic, and this maybe mix something up for your concept. So maybe if you want to edit some existing one, make sure to set it up with the index in following numbers, especially for your needs. So maybe you just use the same graphic, but you need to change the index numbers, for example. So this is also what comes in handy. The floor flags are determined if you can run over it completely, or maybe some parts of the graphics are blocked, etc, etc. So we're having this numbers in here, this 5 flags, so 5 by 5, and we can set this up with another tool later, but just for information. Alright, so this is the extracted graphic file, PCX, so you can preview it with a tool of choice, and you can see, okay, these are the floor graphics, and if you want to edit them, just load up your graphic program of choice in here. And the image is already limited, so we need to extend the colors, which are using the palette now, to RGB, so we can completely edit it and then unlock to do whatever we want. In this demonstration, I just change the color theme to a more green bluish color, so in this case like that. So that's already enough for me. And okay, so this gives already the floor titles a kind of new look to use it on other act walls and maps, etc, etc. And you can also do some more edit stuff, like put in some graphics in here, or just whatever you, for demonstration purpose, we just put in a text in here. And to save this file, you need to set up your color palette as well. So we're choosing indexed colors. Yeah, we need to merge these layers, otherwise it doesn't work. And we always choosing our act 0, in this case with the gray background. And we can see there's act independent all gone, so we can use this for every act later on. And you can see the graphics are a little bit changed than before. So it's more a bit of gray and not that green and bluish again. That's because we are limited on colors, but you can already see the result, what it looked like. So always make sure to use the index color palette first, and then you can see what your titles are looking. To save it, we need the PCX file again, just overwrite it. And then we can take a look in here as well, so we can see, okay, that's the modified one. And to create a new DT1 file out of it, we need the ini file. So we we don't have changed in here, so we don't have removed some of them or added some more, etc., etc., or we don't change any informations about walkable, etc. So we can still use the original ini file. And for making new DT1 files, there's no batch. You can use a batch, but you don't need to. Just drag and drop the ini file over the DT1 make exe, and then you will get the new underline floor DT1 file. So that's always called new underline with this tool. It's kind of static name. So if you want to keep this, just rename it for backup reasons, or in this case, I don't care, so I just delete them. And then you can rename this manually, or you can just, if you have more files, use this batch file. It does remove only the new underline in the front, so you can use that as well. And just call it blue maybe, and then you already can use this for map making. I always tell you to make sure that everything worked as intended by creating this DT1 file, to extract it again and see if everything worked as intended. So we just put in the new name in here. Color palette doesn't matter because we are using Act 0. And then when we extract it again, we can take a look and see, okay, it seems like everything worked as intended. So this is kind of a short check again if your new graphic is working like it should. Alright, so you can use this already and copy paste it to your WinDS1 edit, and then set up your new map and use them for making. That's it for DT1 tools.